Hello everybody, welcome to the Crafty Chemist. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm doing well. We got a lot of snow here. If you got any snow, drop your snow totals in the comment section so we can compare the snowfall. Okay, I'm going to take a minute to share this to the group, so hold on. We'll just take a minute. Okay, I think I shared it to the group. Hi, Julie. How much snow did you guys get? We got, I don't know, I think over 10 inches, maybe 12 inches. All I know is more than my snow blower could handle. Okay, I tagged everyone and I tagged Vicky. Oh, Vicky, I just tagged you. I tagged you in 3 places. So I figured maybe you would see it. I tagged everyone. I think we got I haven't seen the numbers on the news. I saw a nearby town of Antioch got 10.5. So I think we got about at least that much, 10.5, maybe 12 inches. I had to carry Darcy over our driveway into the street because it was up like past his shoulders. And he normally loves snow, but that was a little bit too much for him. So it was a lot of snow. I should have probably used a snowblower last night and, did half of it. But one, I was cold from the furnace being out and just getting warmed up. 2, I did try to go out a little bit when I walked Darcy, but the battery on my snowblower seemed to be low because it would go like 1 foot, not even a foot, and then conk out. So I thought, well, I'll charge it overnight and then I'll snow blow in the morning, but that was a little bit too much. Hi, Dee. So I started trying to snow blow. It really didn't work because I had to make like 3 passes in one spot and it was just taking forever. So I figured it was better to shovel. So I shoveled about 1/3 of the apron of my driveway where the snowplow came, and then 2 of the neighbor guys with like super high powered snow blowers came over and helped me. So I'm thankful for my neighbors. Otherwise I would have been out there for a long time. Hi, Jeannie. So today we are making, this is the main feature, is this little mini album. Isn't this cute? So it's a little brag book. So I'm going to show you how to make this. But that was just my little sort of twist, my little addition. They really are supposed to be this little gift box. So if you don't want to make a mini album, you don't have to. See, the gift box I glued down. You don't have to, but I did on this one. And then I'll also show you how to create a gift card holder out of this. Okay. So very versatile. And I have these as Christmas, but you know, think about Valentine's Day too. This is a perfect size if we do it in like a red. Maybe I'll make one of these in red, and then you know, put a heart or something on it. It would hold. I think these would hold a Ghirardelli square or something like that. So I think that would be perfect. This is from the Jolly Delivery bundle. And I'll be using the die that comes in here, which is this die here to make the box. So this is a great die set to get. Like I said, I can foresee using this for a lot of different things. I think Valentine's Day, I think you could put like tea bags in for a Mother's Day gift. A lot of different things. And I used the coordinating paper, the Jolly, the paper's called North Pole Delivery. So we're gonna make this. Okay, that's what we're gonna be doing today. I want to remind you that the Black Friday sale is still going on. Let's see. Let me view this as a customer. Well, I'll view it here. The Black Friday sale goes on through December. Oh, looks like my battery went dead. But the Black Friday sale goes through December 1st. And then for Cyber Monday, we're having the Paper Pumpkin special where you could save on a Paper Pumpkin the yearly subscription. You might be able to save on some of the other subscriptions too, like the 6-month and the 3-month. Let me read specifically about it. If you already have a Paper Pumpkin subscription, you could, if you have the month-to-month, you can cancel and get the yearly, subscription. But you have to get the December kit. So make sure if you do that, you cancel before December 10th. Okay, it just says save on prepaid subscriptions. So I think it's all of the subscriptions, and that goes from the 1st through the 9th. Okay, so Black Friday goes through tomorrow, and the Cyber Monday starts tomorrow and goes through the 9th. Okay. And I also looked up the new product of the month program starts December 2nd. So more info for that on December 2nd. I will post a post about it on December 2nd. But basically, if you spend $75 in a month, you can order the product of the month for $5. It's sort of like the Close to My Heart stamp of the month where you got it for $5, but this time I don't think it's just going to be stamps. It can be other things. Okay? Okay, well, let's get started. I'm going to start with the photo album. Okay, here's what the photo album looks like. Isn't this cute? And what I did is I made it kind of a memory of the year. Okay, so kind of from January through December. Although I did save a spot for a December picture. I don't have any of those yet. And then there's one extra. I've made it, there's 13. So I think I put two Easter ones, where she's making the egg, coloring the eggs, and then her basket. Look at her face. I mean, her face is so cute in all of these pictures, aren't they? So, this is what we're going to be making. And really, you could make that as long of an accordion as you want. You will start to be limited by the width of this, which I think is about, let's see. Yeah, it's a half inch. It's a half inch. So you don't want to go two more. Like, there's a little bit of room. You could probably do one more piece if you wanted to. But I thought the 12 would be nice to make, you know, a year in memory. Okay, so let me show you how to do this. Like I said, I'm using this Jolly Delivery set. And I'll show you some of the paper. I did use this set when we made the slider cards. Remember the slider cards that we made? I'd show you, but I did all of my Christmas cards yesterday, so those are in envelopes getting ready to mail. But this is, the paper is called, as I said, North Pole Delivery. It's got 2 sheets of these punch outs, which are really great, and I use those in the slider card. It's got this paper. This bear is cut out from one of the dies. I think we talked about this last time because they were, I forgot there was a second sheet of that. So this die cuts this bear out. Okay. And also I think this one goes to this guy here. Okay. So you can cut those out. The back is this, I use it for snow, and I'm going to use that again. See how I used it here for snow? I'm going to use this again. This is cute. These are the 2 dogs that I used last time. This overall paper. This actually might be cute for just a gift card box. That would be cute for just a gift card. If I have time, maybe I'll try and make one out of that. Because I do have to make 3 gift card or little gift boxes or something for my nephews. So maybe I'll make it out of that. I love this paper with the trucks. It's like the animals are delivering the tree or the presents. This is another one with some nice Christmas stamps. Some more. This one is a little bit different than the other. You see how they're similar, but they're different. This one's, it's all like all over mixed up, and this one is more orderly, but, and then the other side is this. And I think I'm going to use this next week for my gingerbread cards. And then the mailboxes. And then this. This is really pretty for a scrapbook page. I think I'm going to make a scrapbook page out of those. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using. I made this one with cardstock. So I'm going to show you how to do that with cardstock. I think for the mini photo album, I would use cardstock for this. This one I use pattern paper, and you know, our pattern paper is not as heavyweight as the cardstock. So it's a little more, I don't want to say it's not flimsy, but if you have that you know, the pictures and you're opening and closing and folding it in and out. You want it to be somewhat sturdy. So I would recommend cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to use Cloud Cover as my cardstock. Okay, this is a 2025, 2027 color of the year in color, in colors. Okay, now that the die that I showed you fits on a 6x6 piece of paper. So let's cut a 6x6. And I'm going to save these because I'll use them later. Okay. And then I'm going to show you how to use this. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I wanted to show you how to use this piece, this die. If you notice here, you can put the little tags. Oh no, here. Not here, not there, here. There's little, I don't know if you can see, there's little cutouts. And then these fit like right in there. And so you could put a star that goes there. A circle, which is the one I'm going to use, and then there's also a heart. So if I make another one and I do a more Valentine's-y one, maybe I'll use the heart. But for this one, I'm going to use the circle. Okay, so you can see it fits nicely on a 6x6 piece of paper. Okay, put this on here and fit this on. Let me put it this way so you can see that. Okay. And then I'm going to put this down here, and I can see that I put washi tape to hold it down. My plates are a little old and they're a little bit bowed, so you can see how it it's up a little bit. So I just want to make sure it stays in kind of in the right spot. You probably won't have to do this. There we go. Okay, let's cut this through. Okay. Okay, then I'm just going to take this piece away. I'll leave that tape there in case we want to use it again. Okay, and so here is what you end up with. You can see the little notched edge, and then on this side it cut the hole out. Okay, so let's fold along the score lines. And there's 2 score lines on each side because, you know, it makes it's about 1/2 inch depth there. Okay, this side. Okay. Do this one. And then one more side. Okay, and then these fold in. Okay, let's see how easy that is. And then you just fold these all together. And then you have your little gift box. Okay, so cute and easy. So this would be, you know, the basic treat box. Like I said, I think you could fit a Ghirardelli square in here, maybe a tea bag, other little treats, maybe those little nuggets. Are they called nuggets? You know, maybe 3 of those nuggets, something in here. Really cute. But I want to show you how to do the album part, which is very, very easy. So this is actually 2 pieces. This is 2 1/4 inch wide. So if you're on mute, you can see they're 2 1/4 inch wide. And then all of these little pieces are 2 1/4. Okay. And so, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And then this part is overlapped. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 2 pieces that have 4 of these 2 1/4 squares. So that makes it, let's see, 9 inches. Because 2 1/4 plus 2 1/4 is 4 1/2. Times 2 is 9. Yeah, 9 inches. So let's cut a piece, 2 pieces of cardstock. Let's see if this is 2 1/4. Okay, yeah, this is 2 1/4. And then we need it 9 inches. Okay, and then I need another piece, 2 1/4 by 9. Looks like I need to get another pack of cloud cover. So let's cut this 2 1/4 by 9. Okay. And then I'm going to score these at 2 1/4. Let's see, 2 1/4. 4 1/2. 6 3/4, right? Yeah, 6 3/4. I'll try and write a blog post with the numbers. So let's do this one again. So 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 6 3/4. So basically, you just go up 2 1/4 each time, right? Okay, and really, we're almost done. So I'm going to fold this as a mountain fold. This is a valley fold. And then this is a mountain fold. So, I don't know, I guess you could kind of say like an M. And then do this one. Let's do a valley, a valley fold, mountain fold, and a valley fold. Okay, so all we need to do is, basically we're going to overlap these. See these 2 on the ends? we are going to overlap them to make this whole strip. Like I said, if you wanted to make another strip, you could cut another 2 1/4 by 9 and do the same thing and put a third one on it. I think you could fit 3 into this box. I don't think you could fit 4. So I'm just doing the 2 because it kind of makes a nice year in review, right? Okay, now when you glue these together, you could use green glue if you want to. Or you can use some strong adhesive like Stampin' Up! Plus, I think the ATG is pretty strong. I'm going to put a little bit of the ATG down. But I'm also going to put a little bit of green glue just to give it a little bit extra strength. But this also allows it to move a little bit, because with just that ATG tape, sometimes once you stick it together, you can't really move it that easy. So you want it to be nice and you know, straight. So you want to make sure you can kind of move it. Okay, so that's kind of put that there. And normally I would give it maybe a little bit of time to dry, but for the sake of time here, I have some pictures of Monroe, so let's put his down. Now, like I said, this will give you 13 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7, so really, you know, there's 14, but one of them is glued down to the back of this. Okay, so it's only going to be 13 spots. Okay, and so these pictures I cut 2 by 2. Okay, since these are 2 1/4 squares, I just cut these at 2 inches. You could probably go 2 1/8 if you wanted to. There we go. Just making sure this sticks together. Sometimes when I put things together like that, I like to put some heavy object on it to just keep it bound together pretty well, but okay. So this is a great gift for a grandma, you know, a grandma like me. Look at this. I'm putting pictures from 2025, and I might write that somewhere on this, that this is 2025. Look at this one of Monroe golfing. Isn't he so cute? Now these ones, I don't feel you need to use like the really strong adhesive because you're not going to be really peeling these apart very much. Okay, and then you can see here, I'm going to attach these on the back. Make sure you have them going the right direction. And you can see how fast this goes together. This is great for a year in review. I wonder, let me see how wide this is. So this is 2.5 inches tall and 3 inches wide, so 2.5 by 3. So you could make this a little bit bigger, not much bigger than 2 1/4. But if there's something that you want to put in here, like I was thinking, this would make a cute, if you want to give tea bags like for Mother's Day or something, You'd have, I don't know how tall a tea bag is, but they seem to be a little bit taller than this. So, I mean, if you can make it just slightly less than 2.5, that might work. And you could, in that case, I probably would only do 1 strip, not the 2 that I have here, because those are going to take up more space. Maybe you even need to just do, like, instead of how I cut it 9 inches for 4 squares, maybe you only do 3. Okay, now this one is going to be, I saved that for December. So this is going to be December. This is the part that's going to be glued down to the base. Okay, so let's put this in here. And I'm going to, let me show you. So I'm going to put, you know, adhesive or whatever down here on this last piece. So we're going to do it the same. I might even use score tape, and I might have used score tape on Ellie's. But I think with the ATG, because that's usually pretty sticky, and then adding the green glue. If you use green glue, don't have it too close to the edge, because you know it's going to squish a little bit, and you don't want it to squish out onto your pictures. Okay, so you see how I'm going to kind of put it all up into a little accordion book. Make sure you have this going the right way. Well, I don't have it decorated, so it's really not that big of a deal, but I'm going to set this right down in the middle. Okay, and then this is a time when maybe, let's put something heavy on this. Let me see, I'm going to use my ink blot for right now. So let's set this aside, and we'll come back to decorating. We'll come back to decorating the front after we give that a little bit of time to dry. I want to show you how to make the gift card holder, okay? So it's a little bit different, but you can use this to make a gift card holder, okay? It's not meant to be a gift card holder. And I was really disappointed that they did not take advantage of the fact, you know, make this a little bit wider. Let me show you how it fits. You know, if they had just made it just a tad bit wider, it would have fit a gift card. They did not, because this fits on a 6x6 sheet. And if they had to make it a little bit bigger, it would not have fit on a 6x6 sheet. Okay? So, okay, so let's make the gift card holder. So, I have the other pieces from this one cut. So let's use that. And we're going to do the same thing. However, we are not going to put this little piece in yet. Okay. Now I'm using this pattern paper. Like I said, it's a little bit thinner. So, okay. Put this on. Again, we're not putting on any of the little pieces. And run it through. Now, this is not a perfect system, but really, to the average person that you're giving it to, they won't think anything of it. Okay. Because what we're going to do is, on these ones, so on this piece, I'm going to use the gold side. We are going to fold it on the far side. So we're not going to be folding it on every seam. Okay, on the top and the bottom, we are going to fold it on the ones that are farthest out. Okay, so you see, you know how these have the two, there's two score lines here. Okay, for the top and the bottom, we are folding it on the ones that are closest to the inside. Okay, on these ones, we're going to fold it on the outside pieces. Okay, on this one, I'm going to fold it here. And then on this one, I'm going to fold it here. So it's going to be flat. It's not going to be a box. Okay, it's going to be flat. Now you want to keep these tabs in, because if you cut them off, you'll see there's a little bit of an opening there. You see how there's a little opening there? This side, these ones kind of are okay, but on these top ones, there's a little bit of opening. So you want to make sure you get these and flip them down, because it kind of covers the holes. Okay, flip these ones up. See how I have them kind of flipped up? So it kind of hides the holes, the spaces. And then this goes on the inside. So fold these pieces in, and then this goes up. Okay, now this is why we did not fold this. We didn't put this piece in, because if you did that, it would not be in the right space. It would be up here, right? This would be up here, which would be up in here. And you can see that I did that on this one, and I left it to show you. If you put it where it's supposed to go, it's going to be up here. And when you close it, right, you're not going to be able to do that. So what you want to do now is take this, and you can even, if you want to, you know, mark it a little bit so you know where to put it. It's not too bad. You could really just eyeball it, but so I'm just going to put this here, put this back in, and then put this on here. Now, I don't know if you can see where I have the marking. You see where I have the markings? It's down here. So I'm going to put it right about like that. And then this is where I use the washi tape again. Let's see if that works. Okay, and then run it through. You see, if you did it with the how it originally would go, that would have been up here, which you don't want. Okay? Okay, let's put this to the side in case we do one more. Okay, and now you should be able to see, put the insides first, this one, I'm going to fold these up, and hopefully it's going to be in a good spot. Yeah, there we go. There. So perfect. Okay, and so it's a nice little envelope. This would actually be really cute for Valentine's. I'll have to keep this in mind when Ellie needs to send her Valentine's, a cute little envelope, and put a cute little Valentine inside. And the gift card fits right in there. Isn't that cute? So easy. So you can make it work. It will work. You can see on this one I used the star, so I wanted to show you what the star looks like. The star I feel is a little bit harder to open and close, but it works. It works in there. Okay, so let's just make a little thing like that. Let's see if anything on here works. The truck. I don't, this isn't really the right style. I think I'm going to stick with what I had here. I'm using the sophisticated sled. I'm not sure if this is still available. Let me check to see if this is still available. What's the number on this? Oh, here we go. 164340. Okay, this isn't still available, but you can use anything to decorate it. I want to use this. It'll be pretty fast. I had some white paper over here, so let's use that. And I'll get my intense black off of here. I was weighing it down, but that's sticking pretty good now. So we can get back to that after. I have to redecorate this. And I didn't do much to this because this gold foil, I think, really says enough, you know. So I'm gonna stamp down here. Okay. Let me wipe that off a little bit. I used this set for my Christmas cards last year. My personal ones to family and friends. I'm gonna get this off while I have it out. And let me see, let's color it. So the red, I have, what is this? Dark cherry cobbler and light cherry cobbler. Let's try the light cherry cobbler. And I didn't bring my little glasses down here, but I should be able to color in the lines. This bow is so pretty. How many of you have decorated for Christmas or for the holidays already? This would be really pretty on somebody's door. Okay. You could spend a little bit more time shading and stuff. I'm not going to, just because that's not the point of this video. But, okay, and then I'll color in the little holly berries. This one actually is a pretty easy one to color. I think that's all the berries. Okay, and then I have, this is light mossy meadow. So I'm going to do the greens in mossy meadow. This is a mossy meadow in the paper. And again, I can use the dark Mossy Meadow to maybe do the veins or something, but I'm not going to right now. Okay, let's see. I'm almost there. A couple more. I wish I had a wreath like this on my door. So pretty. I mean, I have a pretty wreath, but this is really pretty. Okay, wait, there's a leaf here. Okay. One tree up and decorated and another one up. Do you have different ornaments on different trees? Like one is a travel tree and one is a, you know, family heirloom ornament tree, or is it just two trees full of stuff? Okay, there, that's perfect. Hope it stays that way. Okay, oh, and look, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let's put this away. Now, on this card, I did Sending Merry Tidings, which I thought was on here, but maybe it's on this one. Yeah, Sending Merry Tidings is on here. But I thought I would try, well, let's try this first and see. I bought this. This is Greetings for You Mix and Match Ephemera. Let me see if this is still available. This one had sold out either during the demonstrator preview or right when it opened up to customers. Okay, there's a link for this. But I thought, you know what, that's just, maybe we can use one of these. Save us some stamping. I bought this to use for my cards for my Disney friends. I'm in a card exchange with my Disney friends. I thought this would be pretty to use on those cards. Okay, so let's pop this up. I did pop this up a little bit. Put some dimensionals here. And you know, I kind of put it right over. There are very slight, especially if you don't fold them, very slight lines from where you're supposed to fold. I mean, on this one, you can kind of see it better. See how there's these two lines? You can barely see it on this one if you don't fold it. So I put that right over that line. So, okay, let's see if one of these fits. This 'Tis the Season looks nice. Oh, okay. Okay. And these are stickers. So this one I did pop up. This one I might put under and not pop up because it's already a sticker. There we go. There we go. And I think the gold goes nicely with that. Okay, so here is our gift card holder. Okay. So nice. See how it fits in there real nice? The key for this one is don't put the little cutout in here when you cut the base piece out, if you want to make it a gift card holder. Okay. Okay, let's go back to this one. I think it's dry enough. What's your theme for this year, Judy? Or Julie? Oh, I said Judy. Okay. So here's what Monroe's album looks like. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And let's fold this up. I feel like I would rather have had it the other way around. I would rather have had the hole at the top, because to me it feels like it's backwards or upside down, but again, it's not, it doesn't matter really. But you see on Ellie's, you see how they're different. Ellie's comes down, this one comes down, this piece comes down. See, it's more like that. But again, it doesn't matter. But this is the top. Let me make sure when I decorate. Yeah, this is the top. Okay, so now let's just decorate it. It'll go real fast because I'm using these pieces. So I cut this piece. The snow is 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And I think I only went down to about there by 2. Let's do 2 3/4 by 2. Cut this 2 3/4 by 2 inches. Clear and shiny, nice. One year, Michaela made me do like a pink tree. So it was all like pink, and it might have had some gold. That was the only time I ever did kind of a themed tree. We had pink stockings and fur. So, okay, there we go. Now, I have 2 pieces that were 2 3/4 by I probably cut them 1 inch. Let's cut this 2 3/4. I'll cut 2 of these, 2 3/4. Okay. Now this piece in the back is, I want it to be up to around here. So I'm going to start tearing it around like this. And I'm tearing it to make a little bit of a snowbank. Okay, And then this one, I obviously want it to be smaller than that, so let's, and I kind of make it go up and down a little bit to simulate mounds of snow. You could pop this up if you wanted to. I'm not going to because I popped, on this one I popped up the dog. Let's put it right like that. Okay. Okay, I thought that I'd do a truck. Well, that one doesn't have an animal in it. That's okay. And then let's put, because since this is for Rowie, I thought it would be cute to do a truck, because he likes trucks. Well, I think this is the front of the truck, so he should be going this way. Okay, let's put this up here. Okay. Okay. Let's put this here. And then I'll pop up the truck. I think he'll like that. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then I put these little gems. Yeah, I could fussy cut from the paper. I thought these ones kind of look a little bit like snow, so. Okay. Okay. And these are called purple adhesive backed sequins. Let me see if these are available. I don't think these are available because they're not coming up. But you can use something similar. You know, there's a lot of white sequins, clear sequins. Any kind of bling would be fine, but I thought the white looked a little bit like snow. Okay. Okay, so there you go. I got Little Monroe's book done now. All I've got to do is put their December pictures in there. Maybe I'll give this to Henry's mom for Christmas. Although maybe I'll give them to my mom. I was going to make Henry's mom the that Christmas mini album kit. Let me see. It's called Remembering Christmas. That's what I'm thinking about making Henry's mom for Christmas. So I think it's really neat. Okay, and then like I said, you can make just a gift box like this. This is just a gift box. And like I said, I adhered these down so it would hold like a Ghirardelli square or something like that. Okay? Any questions about these? You guys like these? Be cute for Valentine's Day and for gift cards. I'm going to give these to my nephews. Excuse me. Next week, I am going to do a gingerbread men live. I'm going to make a card. I might make a banner, like to hang on your mantle or, you know, something like that. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to make a card out of this. Oh, I was going to make it today, but Megan asked me to come over and watch the kids. So I watched the kids all day. So I didn't have time to make my sample, but it's going to be using that for sure. Okay. Remember, tomorrow's the last day for the Black Friday sale, and they have these they have other things, but they have these on sale for a really good price. So if you were in the market for, you know, coloring these in, really good price on these. There's adhesive. I think that the green glue was sold out, but the Stampin' Seal was still available the last I checked. 40% off of things like the cutters, the paper trimmers, things like that. So really go and take a look at that. Okay? Okay, so I will see you next week for the gingerbread card. I think I am going live on Tuesday with the November paper pumpkin kit together. So if you got the November paper pumpkin kit and you haven't already put it together, join me. I think it's Tuesday night to put that together. And then next Sunday we'll do the gingerbread. Okay? Okay, talk to you later. Thanks for joining. Bye.